we could be in an alien dimension. This could be an alien dimension. And the only reason why we would think otherwise is because we're so familiar with it. What's up, everybody? My name is Kenny Tonight, and this is The Night Dimension. And today I want to share with you guys probably one of the best times that I ever had chewing Salvia Divinorum. So this was an experience that happened about 2 years ago, probably a little more than 2 years ago. I was visiting my mom, and at the time, me and my dad weren't really getting along very well. And I was living with my sister in her apartment. I slept on a futon, and I would go to my mom's from time to time to hang out with her, and I still had my bedroom there. And I was very open, and I've always been very open and honest with her about my drug taking, my psychedelic taking, anything that I was going to get myself into. I was very open and honest with my mom, which I think that you guys really should think about that. If you're younger or anything, don't be afraid. Like, maybe be afraid to tell your parents, because that could be fucking terrible, you know. But if you're honest with them and they sort of understand, it's going to be better than hiding it from them, and it's going to be better for you because you won't have to hide it anyway, and that takes the anxiety off you while you're tripping anyway. So I was in my bedroom in my mom's house where I used to live, and I chewed probably 4 grams, maybe 5 grams. It was a big handful of leaves. I really just wanted to dive down deep into this one, and I know that you can go deeper, obviously, but I wanted this one to be bigger, you know. So I was in the room, silent darkness, just chewing the leaves, and I remember right as I was about to chew the leaves out that it felt as if every single person I've ever met in my entire life was just going to come barging through the door, that they were going to come barging through the door and want to tell me something, that all of them were going to want my attention at that very moment. And I was just thinking, oh God, freaking great, you know, I'm tripping now, and then everybody I know is going to want my attention and want me to do something. So I started freaking out, but it went away pretty quickly, and I laid down and started to relax, and then I just remember seeing the brightest light I'd ever seen behind my eyelids before. Closing my eyes and looking behind my eyelids, it felt as if I was looking at the sun, and then I'd open up my eyes and I was in silent darkness in my bedroom, but behind my eyes it felt just like I was looking at the sun. It was the most beautiful light, powerful, shining, beaming light behind my eyelids. So that was the beginning of the trip, and then it started escalating back into those entities that wanted my attention. Actually, they turned out to be entities from different dimensions. There were 3 of them, and all 3 of them brought me to a different dimension. I went to a dimension and it was completely different laws of physics and everything. I was aware that there were different laws in these dimensions, but I was not able to understand them. And it brought me to another one, and then to another dimension, and then threw me back into my body in this current moment that I was in while I was in my bedroom. And a voice said to me, this moment, this body, this dimension that you're in is just as important as every dimension that you just saw. And right now, it is currently the most important dimension that you have ever faced, ever. That's basically what it said to me, is that the dimensions that I'd seen were just an example of the dimension that I am currently in, and they all had the same amount of efficacy, except that this one that I was currently in right now, that feels permanent in this human body on Earth, where we only live to live a certain age and then we die, it told me that this dimension was the most important dimension that I had ever faced, ever, in my entire existence, probably beyond my birth. And that was what got me sort of thinking, why is this reality so familiar? Why is it weird to think unicorns or aliens could exist? You know, why is gravity and Earth and human beings so normal? And it started to make me think that it's just like language. Because if you try to speak to somebody, or if you try to understand French or Spanish and you have never learned that before, it is like an alien language. It is just as powerful as that alien dimension that I saw, but I couldn't understand it because I was not familiar with it. like we are in this earth. And that got me really thinking that we could be in an alien dimension. This could be an alien dimension. And the only reason why we would think otherwise is because we're so familiar with it. This is the only thing we can really remember, which puts a lot of emphasis on it. And it also, it was just crazy to me thinking about that language thing, thinking about that I would not be able to understand another dimension, just like I cannot understand another language, until I delved into it deep enough to where it became customed, which is exactly what this is right now. Your body, your earth, your perception, it's all become accustomed to you, when in reality, it may be just as weird as any of those other alien dimensions. So let's not take this shit too seriously sometimes, gosh darn it. No, I'm just playing. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little trip and that little kind of theoretical idealism, I guess, that I had. I just wanted to get everything out to you. This is a slow, long video, but if you guys lasted this long, I really appreciate y'all. And YouTube spiely, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.